There's a story about Bruce Lee that most people don't know. He was insulted in public once, mocked in front of a crowd, and he said nothing. He simply smiled, turned around, and walked away. Years later, that same man became one of the most respected martial artists and philosophers the world has ever seen. His critics? Nobody remembers their names. This is the power of silence, and today on English Words, we're breaking down Bruce Lee's philosophy on how to win without ever raising your voice. Stay till the end, because what you're about to hear could change how you carry yourself for the rest of your life. There is a certain kind of man the world fears without knowing why. He does not raise his voice. He does not announce his next move. He listens, he watches, he thinks, and in that silence, he becomes unstoppable. This is the first truth of power. The loudest man in the room is rarely the most dangerous one. The most dangerous man is the one who says nothing at all. Calm is not weakness. Calm is mastery. Any fool can lose control when the world pushes against him. That takes no skill at all. But to stand in the middle of chaos and remain still, to let anger rise and choose not to follow it, that is the mark of a man who has already won the war inside himself before he ever steps outside to fight another. Anger is a leash. The moment you let it pull you, someone else is now holding the other end. A wise man walks alone more often than not, because wisdom and crowds rarely occupy the same room. The crowd moves on noise, on comfort, on the safety of agreement. The wise man moves on truth, even when truth is lonely. Do not mistake solitude for failure. Bruce Lee himself built his entire philosophy in the quiet hours when no one else was watching, when no one else believed, when no one else had the patience to wait. Patience is not passive. Patience is a weapon. Water does not force its way through stone. It simply keeps moving, day after day, year after year, until one day the stone is no longer there. This is how real change happens. Not through violence, not through desperation, but through relentless, quiet persistence. If you want to know strength, do not talk about it. Live it. Drink it. Let it move through you the way water moves through a river, never resting, never stopping, never growing old. Your thoughts today are building the man you will become tomorrow. This is not poetry. It is a law as fixed as gravity. As you think, so shall you become. Feed your mind fear, and you will build a life made of fear. Feed it discipline, and discipline will build your future for you, brick by brick, while you sleep. This is why the strongest fighters are rarely the angriest men in the room. Anger burns fast and leaves nothing behind. Discipline burns slow, and it never runs out. There is a difference between a man who believes he is better and a man who is working to become better. The first man stops growing the moment he starts believing his own reputation. The second man never stops, because he understands that mastery has no finish line. If you think a thing is impossible, you have already made it impossible, not because the world said no, but because you did. Respect yourself enough to never lie to yourself. This is the one rule that decides everything else. A man who is honest with himself cannot be manipulated by the world, because he already knows exactly who he is and exactly what he is capable of. Correct a wise man, and he will thank you for it. Correct a fool, and he will hate you for it. Choose carefully who you spend your truth on. Do not let negative thoughts take root in your mind. They are not harmless. They are weeds, and weeds do not stay small. They spread, they choke, they strangle the very confidence you spent years building. Guard your mind the way you would guard your home. Knowledge will make you capable, but character is what will make you respected. And character is not built in comfort. It is built in the moments no one is there to applaud you for it. Every situation you are living through right now is temporary. When life is generous, receive it fully. Don't waste it worrying about when it will end. And when life is hard, remember this too shall pass. Nothing stays the same forever, not the storm, and not the sunlight after it. The greatest mistake a man can make is spending his whole life afraid of making one. Pain has a purpose. It stays exactly as long as it needs to teach you something, and not 1 second longer. The moment you learn the lesson, The pain has done its job and it moves on. This is why the men who suffer the most often become the wisest. Not because suffering is noble, but because they refuse to waste it. You are not defeated when you fall. You are only defeated the moment you decide to stay down. Try again. Fail again. Fail better than you failed before. This is the entire secret disguised as a struggle. Every failure is simply data, showing you exactly what to fix before your next attempt. Build in silence. Let your results speak in a language your enemies cannot argue with. When people don't know what you're working on, they cannot attack it, cannot sabotage it, cannot talk you out of it. Let them find out when it's already finished. Discipline makes today difficult, but it makes tomorrow easy. Excuses make today comfortable, but they make tomorrow unbearable. You are choosing one of these every single day, whether you realize it or not. Choose the version of hard that leads somewhere. Never make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling. Emotions are weather, they pass. Your character is climate, it stays. Don't burn down what you built over years because of what you're feeling in this 1 hour. Two things reveal a man's true nature: his patience when he has nothing, and his attitude when he has everything. Anyone can be humble with nothing to lose. Very few remain humble once they have everything to gain. Watch how a man behaves in both seasons, and you will know exactly who he is. Your mindset is the single greatest asset you own. Not your money. Not your title. Not what other people think of you. If you can stay positive inside a negative situation, you have already won, regardless of how the situation itself turns out. And never, under any circumstance, tolerate disrespect. Not from others. And most importantly, not from yourself. You cannot hold on to what's ahead of you while your hands are still full of what's behind you. Let go. Everyone eventually walks their own path alone. Learn to be strong enough to survive that, and you will find you can survive almost anything life throws at you afterward. Before you act, decide. Before you decide, think. Before you think, focus. Every powerful action in your life traces backward to a single quiet moment of clarity. Master that moment, and you master everything that follows it. Your comfort zone is not safety. It is a slow death of your own potential. Your only real limit was never the world around you. It was always the story you kept telling yourself about what you couldn't do. Die with memories, not dreams still sitting on a shelf. You only get one life. But live it with full intention, full effort, full honesty, and one life is enough. As Bruce Lee himself believed, never be afraid. Not of failure, not of judgment, not of standing alone. Do not pray for an easy path. Pray for the strength to walk the difficult one, because that is the only road that ever led anyone anywhere worth going. If this reached something inside you today, that's exactly why English Words exists. Subscribe, and let's keep building that mindset together, one video at a time.